Welcome back to the LOOPcast. Today, joined by Josh and Erica. And you know it, we know it. 'Tis the season. We're releasing this on the 23rd. You've heard a lot of Christmas music at this point. Now,
Amen.
As a podcast of no strong feelings whatsoever, we thought that this would be a very lighthearted episode to debate some Christmas tunes, to have fun. Hopefully you're with your family. Maybe need a little entertainment on a drive. Here we are. Josh, you have no strong thoughts on this at all, right?
Here's the thing about this. I love a good game. I'm a competitor, and I like competing. I like trying to win. And I know this is going to be tough for me because I can't carry a tune if it was stapled to my hip. My grandfather was one of the best musicians, best singers I've ever heard in my life. My mom still has a recording from a 1975 he did at a wedding of Ave Maria, and it makes her cry every time. And she would say, "Okay, Dad, come see Josh. He can't carry a tune," and he just didn't believe that was even possible for a human not to be able to carry a tune. And then she had me sing, and he goes, "I stand corrected that there are people who cannot carry a tune at all, and you are one of them, Josh."
What does your wife say, Josh, when you sing?
So my wife doesn't mind if I play music, but then if I start, going like this, she's like, "You're not even on the beat." I go, "What? Who cares?" And she's just like, it's like nails on the chalkboard. So I don't abide by everything in the whole happy wife, happy life, but I just don't. I don't try to even follow the beat. I'm so tone deaf.
See, I don't believe
I'm a listener, not a singer.
This is a gimmick, Mercer. Just because you can't sing doesn't mean you don't have great music taste. I mean,
it's not true. I don't mind it when people tell me I have great taste. Thank you. That's wonderful.
You're just this is part of your scheme to win.
I would never sandbag. What are you talking about, Erica?
Thank you for calling this out.
This is not a sandbag. I don't even know what that means.
Josh is above nothing. He's above win. He'll do whatever it takes to win.
You know what? I had somebody even accuse me when we're playing euchre. He said to me, "You would even steal from your own mother playing euchre." I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Of course."
Steal the deal. He's not paying attention. You got punished.
See?
Erica, your music background. I feel like there's no way you're not a good singer.
Festive mug.
I've always, we got the festive mug. We've got the hat. We're having fun. I love music. I grew up loving music. We sang as a family. Carols during the holidays, always sing at church, of course. And I love music. I have very eclectic taste. So
Do you have musical children?
I do. I do have very musical children. Actually, my oldest does all the musics at her college now. So
wow,
that's great. Yep.
That's awesome.
It's fun. Music makes the heart grow fonder. No, wrong metaphor.
I don't think that's...
No, that wasn't right.
That plays. We'll just keep going with that. So today we've assembled a bit of a draft episode again for you. And the categories we have today are best Christmas song, worst Christmas song, song that hits the hardest at midnight mass, secular, caroling song, and then bonus, most overrated Christmas song.
Oh, I like that one.
That's going to be fun.
And so
we have thoughts.
We are going to start at best, end at bonus. And Josh, do you have your dice again?
I do.
All right.
And so I think this goes, it's going to be snake draft style. Go ahead and I'll be 1, Erica 2, you be 3 if we can accept these terms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can just we can do it so it's visible.
Go for it.
All right. There we go. 1.
So I get the first pick for best Christmas song?
Wow. Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet.
All right, Erica and Josh.
And keep rolling till we get another 6. It's not going to do much for us. I'll just do 3 because it's on the top. I'm not cheating. And who's 3? Is that me or you?
That is you. So you get the second pick.
Oh, okay.
Erica coming in with a third, but it does snake back for worst, which
I know.
Can honestly be clutch. So I have best Christmas song, which almost is, it's like a lot of responsibility.
It is.
It's going to reveal a bit about my taste in music. I know this is all very subjective. Gosh, this is tough. Okay, it's between 2 for me. I'm going to say... So,
leadership,
okay.
Let's go.
Leadership, I'm going to choose this based on the feelings that it evokes in me. I'm a very nostalgic individual.
It's very
I'm going to go with I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh.
My favorite Christmas song of all time. It reminds me of going home to my own home. And even when you're not able to, which fortunately I've always been able to, but I'll be there in my dreams.
That's so
Many
sweet.
different
What
versions of
particular
it.
version? Is there one in particular that you are as your go-to for a good little teary-eyed moment driving in the car?
So I sometimes confuse it with another version. It's Bing Crosby, right?
Oh,
Best.
classic.
And you know what it is for me? It's the little, you can hear the record, kind of like the soft hum of the record a little bit. And you get that. I mean, Bing Crosby, you think of the movie White Christmas as well. It's just, I mean, he's the best. Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
All the feels. I'm a
feels
All
guy.
right.
Josh, do you have a second
I
pick?
mean, you talk about best Christmas music, best Christmas song, period.
Yep.
Bar none.
Period.
To me, it is Joy to the World.
Oh,
I mean, to me, this, I just, again, like, let earth receive her king. That to me, I just want to shout with joy. And I have the worst musical talent of all, but even I can't help it. Like, the soul proclaims the glory of our newborn king. I love it. And we have so much of this whole like buddy Christ stuff and Jesus is our pal. And I hate all that kind of theology. Like, I love Jesus as king.
The psychology.
And here comes our infant king, the earth receiver king. I love it. And
that one might come up again, Josh.
It's triumphant. I mean, I can just feel it. I love it. Let's go.
No, we're good.
Strong.
We know how it goes.
Very strong.
But it's
Erica does
that was always really special to me growing up too, because my middle name my parents gave me is Joy, and so as a small child, I thought that was like my song. So
you do bring joy to our world too, Erica.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Not quite in the same.
It shows how great of a song it is.
But that's the goal. Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Erica.
Best Christmas song ever, bar none, all categories for me is "Hark the Herald Angels Sing."
Oh, strong.
I love the lyrics to that song. I love the refrain. I love mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die, born to raise the sons of earth. Born
she's spitting.
I love the poetry of that song. It's basically like St. John's gospel, like that elevated, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, but so you can sing it.
Yeah.
I love
You know, it has something in common, I would say, with Joy to the World. Both your selection there, Hark the Angels Sing, and Joy to the World are both better than the song that Tom selected and he picked first.
It's true.
This reveals a lot. This reveals a lot about our inner psychology. Is you guys went right for Jesus, and I was like, I just want to go home for real.
I just want my mom.
Be sick to be home. But again, these might come up again because you guys went right for church hymns, and there's a whole category of that. So just saying, I'm going for variety and nostalgia. You might have a different strategy. But Erica, you get the first pick on worst Christmas song.
Yes. Okay, this is really hard. I have a long list of songs I despise. But we also have overrated, so I might have to like push it into that. Worst Christmas song ever. I'm gonna have to go with. Oh, I'm having a hard time. Secular, religious. Okay, Mary, did you know?
Okay.
Mary,
okay, very popular. Very popular bad song.
It is a very popular bad song, especially Clay Aiken's version.
Oh, not the Pentatonics version?
Yeah, well, that's too. But Clay just all the schmaltz added to heretical lyrics. Like, did you know that you're
very sappy? Yeah.
Yes, Mary knew. That was like the whole Annunciation thing, her perfect conformity to God's will, all of that. It's all of the schmaltz in the wrong place. Save the schmaltz for Santa Baby and I'm Getting Lucky Under the Mistletoe. Leave the religious to Orthodox lyrics and poetry. Come on, guys. Mary,
in terms of worst, I think you got a great shot there with that because anytime you have, I don't know if it's a heresy, but just.
But here we go, Josh. Now the
heresy adjacent or whatever. No, hold on. But the content itself definitely warrants in the top category. It's top 3, no question. Worst song. So I give you that. More on the content necessarily than the rendition of the musical, the harmony and all that other kind of stuff.
But Josh, the counter theological argument is that it could be from the perspective of the apostles who did not necessarily were asking Mary if she did know. And so therefore she could have responded yes. but you don't.
No,
hear
I get.
it.
I mean, that's why I said heretical adjacent. It's not
Adjacent.
inherently
You could
heretical.
interpret it. Yeah. It just
Right.
totally misses the point. It
Look,
does sound like
Sean
something
Pick.
St. Peter would have written, though. Peter was kind of a doofus, right?
What?
Maybe
I am not going to. What are you talking about?
That was St. Peter catching strays.
What did you
here.
say?
I said St. Peter was kind of a doofus.
No. I will not call for that slander. He was a illiterate.
Slanderous about St. Peter.
Okay, but he was a wise man, and frankly, he's the best of the boys.
No.
Honestly,
Wow.
if you think about it, of all the apostles you want you beside you in a foxhole, it's St. Peter. He's going to cut off someone's ear if something goes wrong. And
I mean, fair.
apparently Jesus didn't like that, but like you still want that guy on your side. He's a fighter
That's right.
and he's wise.
You'd
and
want
there's
St.
a reason
Peter-
why
You want St.
Jesus
Peter as
tossed
your
him the
fullback.
keys.
You know what I'm saying, Josh? Like you'd want St. Peter as your fullback in front of you if you're a running back. Like
I
you know
want him
he's
right-
going to go light up a defensive end.
Dude, of course.
Yeah.
St. Peter's my favorite saint. I love him.
Post-resurrection Peter. I would
All right, good.
And by the
good
way,
pick.
he says things so gloriously. Like, I always have a responsibility for the joy that is in you. Like, that is St. Peter, dude. That is wisdom beyond all ages. And even Jesus, when he says something wise, Jesus is like, yeah, that's because, I kind of gave you that. And
So-
you're like, you call him a doofus? Dude,
Rosie,
I mean,
the producer, Rosie, she brings up a fantastic point. She says that John is actually the running back in this scenario because she beat Peter to the tomb. So Peter may
there's
have
a
blocked
theology
him
in that,
before
by
John
the way,
went through.
too. There's a Gerard Nadal, a good pro-lifer, said to me, he goes, John is like the pro-life movement and Peter's the church. And so John runs ahead to show the way, and Peter's taking his time to get there. He's an older man. He's like, okay, we'll get there. But John respects Peter. And John doesn't go into the cave until Peter gets there, and Peter goes in first. John respects authority. I love that. So anyway.
Well, very nice. Well, Josh, guess what? You get the second pick for worst Christmas song.
Okay, so I wanted to see. I think again, Erica had a great pick there, but I think this one is even more horrible, even more worst, because it's got the bad content of the lyrics plus music that wants you to stab your ear. I'm talking about "War Is Over," Yoko Ono and John Lennon. Like, the flippin' worst ever. Anytime that's on the radio, I will.
Wait, so
I will
Josh,
risk
you're
a car
pro-war?
crash to turn the dial. It is so horrible.
Josh coming out pro-war here.
It makes children cry, and they have children singing it. Oh my gosh! It just drives me up the wall. This is like the most.
Yeah.
It is like I would rather Nails on Chalkboard is better than this. It is so wretched.
Josh,
That is a strong pick.
so I guess you're
I had
pro-war.
forgotten
You've
about
taken this opportunity to basically become Nikki Haley. And
I'm not against all wars, bro. Like, what did Bart Simpson say? There's like 3 wars that are justified: the American Revolutionary War, World War II, and the war against the rebellion in Star Wars. I mean, so it's not like all war is bad.
I mean, just to be fair, you get bonus points. Anything involving Yoko Ono. Talk about
She is poison.
like the biggest, maybe the most
Broke up the
prominent
Beatles.
leech of all time.
Yeah.
Again, it's so perfect because, of course, the Beatles had such great ability, chart toppers everywhere. They were killing it. And Yoko, and like, hey, we could do Christmas. And they totally go off the rails. Like, hello, Beatles, you're great at pop music. Christmas music, not so much.
Yeah. And I think that you brought up a point too there, that particular song, bringing in the children's voices. How do we feel about kids' voices like in Christmas music? Like,
Okay, I go to Christmas
Give me the
concerts
feel.
like you do all the time. Listen to these kids, and you clap because you're a proud parent, but you're like, this stuff is kind of like not so great, obviously. You know what I mean?
What about like Vienna Boys Choir? Like they're
That's a
some-
different
That's totally
category.
Oh
That's
my
a-
gosh. Most children sound like the Alvin and the Chipmunks, whatever that was.
I know. It's like, hey, if we castrate them like we did the Vienna, choir, then it'd be better. Like,
No,
I mean,
no,
what are we
no,
talking
no,
about?
no.
I
They just
don't
gave
think
him
we're gonna go
helium.
there.
Okay, so I get my
Bring it up
choice.
the rear.
And while I appreciate both of your selections, I think you unfortunately have missed. I'm going to go with Santa Baby. And
Oh, that
I'm
was
gonna
my
go-
second choice.
I'm going to go with Santa Baby because one, like insane sexual undertones for a very prominent, well-played song. It's super materialistic. I mean, the whole thing, and I know it's like a little bit of a joke, but I'm just hearing this and I'm like, there's a Madonna version of it that's pretty gross.
Oh,
There's
Cat dolls.
there's new versions of it that are pretty gross now. And it's just like, if you basically want to inject sexuality into Christmas, you choose this song. And I'm like, every time I hear it, I'm like, this makes me feel
it's past
gross.
sexuality. It's prostitution. It's like, bring me a bracelet and I'll sleep with you, Santa.
Maybe the worst
each
message about
iteration
Christmas
gets
songs.
worse. I admit with you on that, but it's at least, like it's playful. I don't like it.
No, that's not what I call it.
But like my point is like War is Over has no redeeming qualities. Like it's just screaming, bleeding ears.
Your pandering is over. And actually,
I will always pander.
Well, that's true. Santa Baby, just easy for me.
I'll give
every
you that.
version
It's
of it.
A solid hit. Like solid hit.
Yeah.
All right. So next one I have Midnight Mass. Ooh.
Yeah,
okay. So
out of the gutter, people.
Midnight Mass. Now, this is going to be an interesting situation because.
Wait, am I last on this one or in the middle?
You are last. Mercer's back in the middle.
Okay,
so I don't know if I lose points for this because Josh has put it up. But again, we said songs that hit at Midnight Mass. So I'm talking about songs. So I'm gonna go with Joy to the World. I think that plays. I guess we can ask Rosie here.
Again, you can do that. It just reaffirms the wisdom of what I said before. So
it is a great song.
Out.
But again,
it's a great song.
The song
it hits different at the most important point of the liturgical year. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's why I saved it for that moment, because when we're processing out and we hit Joy to the World, everyone's fired up. Even people with bad voices are singing. Everyone's so fired up, and it's just this. It just gives you so much energy. I like songs that give you energy. I'm fired up. You're about to go after Midnight Mass. Maybe you have a little snack after. Maybe you have a little treat after. It's great. You go get to see family. You just got to witness beauty. You're all feeling good. You're filled with the Eucharist. And bam, you leave Joy to the World. Hits every time. You open up the hymnal. You get fired up. You see it. Joy to the World. Beautiful. Hits the hardest at Midnight Mass. Erica, or no?
No,
Josh.
It's me.
Mercer's next.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're specifically talking about Midnight Mass. And you're huddled together in church. It's dark. It's cold. And I can't help but think we're thinking about this night in Bethlehem when our Lord comes to the world. And so to me, it hits different.
It's different.
It hits different. That's what we're saying. It hits different that night. That's why I think Joy to the World is great all around the whole Christmas season. But like in talking about that night, when you're thinking about our Lord, oh, holy night.
Oh, you took it. Yep.
I mean,
beautiful. When it's done well,
make grown men cry.
It does.
I don't know if I go that far.
It's also difficult to execute well because of it's hard to sing because the range, it's like over an octave, right? You jump over an octave. And
not that Josh would know. He doesn't know anything.
Oh, I do know. I can't dare try it, but she's right. In fact, my wife, who is a wonderful singer, she's better than I am bad, which says something, okay? Because I'm very bad. She always listens to any person singing "Oh Holy Night," like, "Can they do it? Can they do it? Can they do it?" And she's like, "No, they can't do it. No, they can't do it." Yeah. And like with Josh Groban, bam, like he can hit it. He can hit that note. She's like, "This guy's good." And it's just when we're talking about a song, like we're talking about Joy to the World. I sing it all during Advent, even though I get in trouble, all through Christmas time. But we want to talk one that just hits different at Midnight Mass. If it's done right, perfect. Oh, Holy Night, it's top shelf.
Okay.
It's very beautiful. Very good.
Erica.
All right.
The best singer gets the last pick.
For Midnight Mass. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with, Josh took mine for sure.
Because it's the best.
Now I'm torn between my two choices here. I am going
to go
you
scraps.
With I love this one, this hymn, because it hits both the triumphal but also that quietness of the peace of the night. So I'm going to go with Adeste Fideles, O Come All Ye Faithful.
That's a very good one.
As you're processing for Holy Communion and you have, "Oh, come ye to Bethlehem." And I love it too, because it's one of the few hymns where a lot of people still know the Latin version. So you can like have both languages going and people know what's going on. And so I'm going to go, "Oh, come let us adore him, Christ the Lord."
So good.
It's bonus points for Latin.
In the
honestly, it's the third best with Tom's being the fourth.
Yeah, I was torn. I was thinking
I don't-
First Noel, but the chorus gets a little old, I have to say.
Yeah,
By the 18th,
I'm with
Noel,
you.
Noel, 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 Noel.
Yeah,
We're in a
no,
second
you're right. Yeah, no, you're
So
right.
I went with the
It's up
Adeste.
there. Yeah, it's in the top 3. for
Josh,
sure.
as usual, trying to have it both ways. Once prominently says it's the best Christmas song, and yet apparently when it comes to sitting at the most important Christmas moment, also not the best somehow. I don't. Interesting how that works.
Ooh, trash talk.
You said what his different. I mean,
Interesting how that
Casting
works.
There's
shade.
1 and there's 1A, bro. Get over it.
We're going to secular now.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Best
I
secular song.
I do indulge in the secular songs once in a while. All right. This is probably going to speak more to my temperament than to anything else, but I love Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Specifically Judy Garland, which I'm allowed to say because if either of you said Judy Garland, we'd be like, "Oh, you're gay." But if I'm female,
I love that you just
I
went there with it.
get to
Go
do-
for it, girl.
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It gives me all the feels. It slows down the day just a little bit, and yeah, I just love it. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Oh, so good. So anyway,
I
Have
got
Yourself
no
a Merry
arguments
Little
here.
Christmas now.
Great pick.
Thank you.
So if we're talking again, the category here being secular, so we're not targeting the religious aspects and themes of the song, just kind of thinking about what the Christmas season is. And I can't help, like to help prepare you get in the mood for festivities, fun, being with family and friends, and just enjoying the peace of the season. I'm always dreaming of a white Christmas. And Crosby bringing it home. He's the GOAT of singing Christmas songs, and him singing White Christmas is just brings you to the happy place.
It's pretty sweet, especially if you grew up in the northern climes where you do remember snowy Christmases. So
I mean, to me, everyone's like,
little regional.
they always say it on the radio. It's like, are we going to have White Christmas? Because that to them is like a tangible way, a secular way of like preparing you. Like, this is what we're all getting festive for. We want that snow on the ground. We want that White Christmas.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Really solid. Definitely Americana.com. But again, I think it's kind of regional specific. And our listeners in Louisiana, Texas, they might hear that and just be like, what? White Christmas?
I appreciate that attempt, but I feel like even people in the South do want a white Christmas.
They do put fake snow around their mantles.
Right.
Oh, breaking my point.
So I really wanted to be in there with you on that one, but from
even Tom has to admit the truth.
Yeah. From living in Florida,
it's a baller one, right? No yeah, you were dreaming of a white Christmas. That's right. Even in Florida.
So I'm prepared to throw a grenade into this draft.
What?
I have 2 probably pretty polarizing opportunities here. I'm gonna go with one and say the other to get general thoughts on it. So this is gonna be just personal to me, and it's got to be "Blue Christmas" by Elvis. And I know that people, and actually I get all the versions of Blue Christmas because there's many good ones. You get the Michael Bublé big band version. You get the newer Teddy Swims versions, which are very fun. You get the Elvis Blue Christmas. Here's the thing. I like sad music. There's not that much sad music about Christmas.
That's what people associate Christmas music with. Yeah, that's true.
No, when they can't be where they want to be again for Christmas, it could be a blue Christmas.
That's why
or
I picked Judy Garland, right?
You're missing someone on Christmas and they're not there. Maybe you just went through a breakup.
Think of the troops, man.
Think of the troops. There's all these opportunities. Josh, you're too focused. Again, you're just a little bit too blinders right now.
No, you don't even pick the best sad Christmas song. You pick the second best one. I mean, I
picked the best sad Christmas.
Last time I checked, it was my opportunity to speak on my pick, and you continue to butt in here. I'm going with Blue Christmas. I love Blue Christmas. The Elvis version's iconic. I play it all the time. The other grenade that I wanted to throw in before we move in.
Give us a grenade.
Or actually, could this even be? I don't even think there's an opportunity for this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to burn it. We'll do honorable mentions at the end.
Okay.
Because it might come up again.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go best song for caroling.
Oh yeah.
And I get this one. Again, a little bit frustrated.
So again, like just set it up though. Caroling, as in you're in a big group.
Going door to door.
You've got the grog going, the mulled wine, the hot chocolate. You're going door to door. It's cold. You're in the big group. What's the best, Pogo?
So I would like to give a personal shout out to my mother's side of the family. My aunt, who's amazing. Back before computers were big, she used a typewriter to hand type sheets of caroling music.
That's awesome.
I think she has like 20 copies of this, and it must have taken forever. And you can tell when there was like a little bit of a mess up because you have to do the weird, like you got to paint over and then you got to do it again. She did this, hand typed all these for us, and we've sang them every year on Christmas. We all get together. She hands out the same bells. We've done this for my entire life, and we sing these caroling songs. I have to say, before I do my pick, we laugh at this every time. She made a mistake on What Child Is This? And she accidentally said, What Child Be This? So it's the Ebonics version of What Child Is This? And it makes me laugh every time.
Like caroling in Oakland or something?
Yeah, something. It's the best. So anyway, I've got a lot of experience with this. I'm going to go... I'm going to go... Eric already did that one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Oh, Come All You Faithful, Adeste Fidelis, because it is great. But Eric already did that. I'm not going to do that.
People can belt that out.
I'm going to go with Angels We Have Heard on High.
Gloria.
Specifically for the Gloria section. It hits every time.
Awesome.
Everyone gets fired up on Gloria. It's not that hard to do, actually, but you get to do a little bit of a ride. You get to feel the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Who's mad when you hear Angels We've Heard on High? It's doable range-wise unless you're Josh Mercer. And everyone enjoys it. It gets you in the Christmas season. I'm going with Angels We Have Heard on High.
That's a good one. Solid pick. Love those Shepherds. Why This Jubilee? It's a good one. And if you can compete so you can sing it the loudest too. So that's always fun. Always good.
Best.
All right.
Erica.
I mean, it's one of the most popular.
It's Josh. Sorry. It's Josh.
I'm always in the middle here. Mm-hmm. Jingle bells. I mean, come on. You're going door to door. You're singing Jingle Bells. I mean, it's just about as obvious as it gets. Everyone can sing it. Everyone loves to sing it. It's just it's your warm, happy blanket that keeps you warm. It's delightful.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's pretty fun.
And you can ring bells too.
Exactly. I mean, it's right there for you. Yeah, heart. It's a classic.
Pretty fun. All right. I'm going to go with one of my family's favorites. I love singing this song with all the kids, and the neighbors love it too, I'm sure. But it's We Three Kings, because you get the Star of Wonder, Star of Night, and they just can like yell it out.
Yeah.
You get the story too. You get like the walk through the gold and the frankincense and the myrrh. And then you have like Glorious Now Behold Him Arise, and everyone's just like, boom. But the key to a good caroling song is that chorus, the refrain, where everyone can know it and just belt it. And so I'm going with the We Three Kings. Caspar, Melchior, Balthazar, we're coming for you. They are men on the mantle.
All right, Erica, you have first dibs on bonus section. Most overrated Christmas songs of all time.
Oh man! All right, most overrated Christmas song. I'm going to go with Holly Jolly Christmas. This song drives me nuts. It is in every store. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's just repetitive. It's too bouncy. It's too jolly. And it's mistletoe, tinsel, all the commercialization, and everyone is like, you're supposed to feel so happy when you hear this. And I'm just like, I don't feel happy when I hear this. I feel angry. It's overrated, poorly executed.
I'm shocked.
Why are you shocked? It's overrated. It is overplayed.
I mean, listen, it's personal. It's personal. It's subjective. I get it.
It is.
You may have handed Josh something. Go ahead, Josh.
I mean, when you talk about Christmas songs, this song has dominated the last few decades.
This is just,
and you hear it a trillion times. Now, is she a talented singer? Is there some merit? Is the song absolutely wretchedly? No. But you want to talk about the most overrated song, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I mean, this song is so overplayed that you go to like the YouTube statistics, doesn't do nothing, and then it just like goes off the charts. People, they think about it. It's so bad that people are like, you're the queen of Christmas. And she's happy to say like, yeah, no, that's Mary, dude. Get over it. Like even she's thinking you guys are overrating this song. She makes a lot of money, but it's like, it just, to me, I mean, is it a good song? Sure. Is it way overrated.
So-
I mean, is the queen of overrated Christmas songs.
So two slight pushbacks. One, she just recently admitted she's not the queen of Christmas.
No, that's right. I said that.
Low-key
in my whole
based.
point.
Colbert.
Low-key
But
based.
that speaks to how it's overrated.
Josh,
Like people would say that.
Second point though, is it actually overrated at this point? This song has been maligned for years and years and years and years. Like people are saying it's a terrible song. It's not a terrible song.
I didn't say it was terrible.
That's what I'm saying. You mentioned it yourself. So I feel like, is it actually properly rated?
Okay. I didn't put this down in the category of worst Christmas songs because it's not in that category. Yoko Ono, War is Over.
Yeah,
we didn't even get to one of the ones I couldn't believe you didn't pick, Christmas Time. Christmas Time. Paul McCartney. Like the Beatles don't do Christmas. Those are just bad Christmas songs, okay? And they still get radio play. But we're talking about a song that's overrated. It's hard to top Mariah Carey's. I mean, is it a bad song? No, it's not a bad song, but dude, could you like shut it off every once in a while? I mean, they just go bananas. It's like all the time. Like, oh my gosh, here it is again. It's overrated.
Okay.
All right. Come on, Pogo.
Again, mine might upset some people. I'm going to stick to my truth here. I'm going to say most overrated Christmas song, in my opinion, the 12 Days of Christmas. I feel like the 12 Days of Christmas is a government psyop because it doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense. These gifts make no sense.
Your ignorance is shown.
It doesn't. Okay, say what you want. It's a government psyop, I think. 12, no one can sing it properly. Everyone tries to get way too like extra with 5 golden rings and always fail. It takes forever.
It does take forever.
It goes on way too long, and you got to get way too many people involved. And it doesn't make it. I think it's a psyop. I think 12 Days of Christmas, most overrated. They always bring it up.
It's a Catholic carol that's like code for the English Catholics who were under persecution so that they could teach their children the different elements of the gospel message at Christmas.
I'm going to say this is the Da Vinci Code of Christmas songs. I think you're looking into it too much.
No,
yeah,
kids love it because it's counting down. It's counting backwards. They love it. It's not, and it's variegated.
Overrated.
It's not. Yeah, no, you got that wrong.
That's a swing and a miss for Pogo.
Look, this is my truth. I'm sticking to
that. Was your watermelon of this draft.
Listen, I got some grenades. I tossed them out.
It was the bratwurst of the Christmas
12 Days of Christmas. I can see my producer having an aneurysm in the back that I brought this up. So this is probably not great for my chances. I guess it was the bonus round, but I'm a principal player, and I'm not here to pander to everyone like Josh. Okay, so now we bring in producer, very festive. We have Rosie. Rosie,
hey, Rosie,
welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
It's Elvin Rosie.
I wore my hat. I thought it was appropriate as the producer of the show. You know, I'm working in the background. Wore my elf hat.
Cheers to that.
This was so hard. I was really excited for this draft. I think I smiled the entire time. Like this was so fun, but also probably the toughest.
Joy to the world.
Judge.
Joy to the world.
Josh likes
this. Is so hard. I made it even harder by having 6 categories because I was like, okay, I'll pick my favorite of each and then see how it. But I honestly have like each of you has 2 winners, so I really just have to like.
Can we get a recap at this point, Josie or Rosie? Sorry, I mix joyful and Rosie.
Get her name wrong. That'll help you, buddy.
That's a new one. I don't normally get Josie. Okay. Best Christmas songs. We had "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" from Erica. "Joy to the World" from Josh. Tom, "I'll Be Home for Christmas." Worst Christmas songs. Erica, "Mary, Did You Know?" Josh, "War is Over." And Tom, "Santa Baby." The song that hits different at midnight mass. Erica had "Adeste Fideles." Josh had "Oh Holy Night." Tom had "Joy to the World." Best secular Christmas song. Erica, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Josh, "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas." Tom, "Blue Christmas." Best caroling song. Erica, "We Three Kings." Josh had "Jingle Bells." Tom had "Angels We Have Heard on High." And then finally, the bonus round, Erica, the most overrated. Sorry, that's the category. Erica had "Holly Jolly Christmas." Josh, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And Tom, The 12 Days of Christmas. Tom, what the
Yeah.
heck?
It's
You
a
have
psyop.
Googling to do after this.
It's a psyop. I don't
Watermelon pick.
Tinfoil Tom.
I think it's a psyop. I don't think it's real.
No, this is
I don't want
not
doves.
good. It's like one of my favorite nerdy Catholic facts.
Turtle
about the 12
doves,
Days
not
of Christmas.
doves.
It's like, I mean, it's a psyop, but it's a Catholic psyop. So
Yeah, I guess.
we're gonna teach Catholicism subtly to the culture.
Yeah.
To me, apparently, I didn't know.
Yeah, really. Go back to summer, Tom. That
I guess.
was an egg.
Yeah, I should have chose a summer song.
This is so hard. Yeah. And
All right, so reveal your first off. Go in reverse order. So go third place, second place, first place.
Okay. Third place. Sorry, Tom.
You've got to be
killed
kidding me.
yourself with the 12 Days
You've
of
got to be
Christmas.
kidding me.
Also, growing up, Blue Christmas in my house was always the Looney Tunes version.
Oh my god!
I'll
What can I do
have
about
a
that?
blue Christmas.
What?
Like,
I couldn't even
here's the
control
stutter.
that. Oh my god!
Which was really, it's a core memory of my dad seeing the
You
the
could have
little
escaped
pig.
that, Tom, but then you watermelon the last pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was between doing Blue Christmas or Baby It's Cold Outside, which again, kind of a grenade because it's like become kind of popularly out of fashion, I guess, even though the song's delightful.
Baby It's Cold Outside would have been probably safer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I think I have to do the victor. I'm gonna say
Will you still
overall because this was so hard. And again, chat, this is the opinions of the producer, not Catholic Vote as a whole.
Disclaimer. Legal.
Legal disclaimer. It's got to go to Josh.
Oh my gosh! You're paying her.
What?
This we need to find someone not on
It
the
was
payroll.
so close though, you guys. Like, okay,
Oh
I
my
had
God.
to pick. If I went through and said my favorite of each category, you all would be tied because that's how I was going to do it.
But I had gold and silver. Erica had gold, some silver, some bronze. Pogo, you had like one gold and a lot of bronze.
I posted up with the myrrh, dude.
I was surprised that no one went for "We Wish You a Merry Christmas."
That was my backup on
Overrated.
caroling.
Oh, caroling.
All right, so can we?
That's classic. It's built to be.
It's built to carol. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had the warm and feels on the jingle bells, but I couldn't believe there's so many like number twos you guys left off the table. I don't know.
Yeah, can we get in the trust tree now? So things left on the cutting floor, or so one thing I actually wanted to hear your opinion on, which I think maybe I'm in the minority as usual, I guess. What's the song by Bruce Springsteen that everyone hates? Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. I like that song.
I like it too.
I think it's fun. I
like
know why
it.
people hate it so much. Do you hate saxophone? I don't know.
I
think it's chill.
I think it's playful. And he's like,
That's
when he
what I'm
tells the
saying.
crowd, like, hey, you're not being so naughty and you're being a little too naughty. Like, that's fun to me. Like, do I want to hear it every day? No, but I like it. I'm with you, Tom.
Okay, good. Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
A good song that hits well at Christmas midnight mass that no one picked. I was surprised Silent Night didn't make
I
it.
think-
Silent Night wasn't.
I think Silent Night's kind of simple. It's like it's kind of kitschy, honestly.
But there's a simplicity to it. I mean, literally the first time it was played was on Christmas midnight mass when they didn't have the organ or whatever, right? Like, so it's made for that moment. So I'm surprised that one didn't.
And I also
get
think
there.
of children singing it poorly, as you mentioned before.
Right.
So
That's
Yeah.
true. Easily ruined. I love the story behind Silent Night too, from World War I, where they had the trenches and they had the ceasefire for Christmas Eve night.
Right.
And the Americans, Brits, I forget who, I think it was the Brits, they were sitting in their trench and they suddenly hear the German voices lifted singing Silent Night, and then they start singing it in English, and they all come out of their trenches and play soccer together.
I mean, without both those stories, you could have
every time I sing it.
Yeah. And you left it on the table. I was like, how?
Adeste Fidelis is not leaving stuff on the table. There's just too many good options.
It's like it was the third pick. I mean, Tom went watermelon, and you went third pick when silver was right there.
I do love Adeste Fidelis, though. That is one of my. I think
with the candlelight and the
it's a bronze.
You can just no. Okay.
My
It's the
grandparents,
Latin that does it for me.
Yeah, so-
like that, like beautiful.
my
Latin.
grandparents haven't memorized in Latin because I think
Mhm.
if you went to Catholic school beyond a certain age,
Yeah,
you
my
learned
dad
that
can
song in
sing
Latin. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We should have done a category just on like the worst Christmas concert, songs by kids. That would have been a fun category.
I think
would've
we
been
were
cool.
Because then
debating
you
how
could have
many-
done, honestly, then you could have done your, the 12 Days of Christmas, because you know what, you do kind of want to poke your ears out when it's playing at a concert, but it's still not number one. The number one worst Christmas concert song and make me want to scream. Hippopotamus for Christmas. This is the dumbest thing I've ever.
Yes.
What? Are you,
Oh,
my
no.
what? Who
That's
came up with
incredible.
this song? And can I slap him in the face? I want to give him the Saint Nicholas slap on the face, like
That's right.
give him the heresy. It's like, come
Yep.
on.
Yeah. The other one that I contemplate. Have you ever heard Dominic the Donkey?
Oh, I was actually going to
Oh.
bring that up, but I don't think enough people
Evil.
know what it is. It's,
Right.
I
it's,
just heard about that when
Yes.
researching this episode. I haven't even heard
it's
it.
bad.
Okay, yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
obscure, but like I remember it on my grandma's. Like, anyway, it was just
Another
What does
one that I
everyone think
had.
about Feliz Navidad?
Oh,
I like it.
Oh, I love Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, it's
My
fun.
daughter,
Yes.
she's when she was 1 year old and up, and now she's 9. Every time that comes on, she just lights up like a Christmas tree. I love it.
if I had less principle and was more open to pandering like Josh, that would have been a good Hispanic outreach pick.
Yeah, would've been fun. We could have done the multicultural category, like
Oh, good
That would've been
point.
fun.
next year DEI for Christmas or something.
We
There's
should
a
have had a
really
category
one
like
in
guilty
English.
pleasure song that you're not supposed to like, but you do.
Oh, mistletoe, Justin Bieber, easy.
Oh,
Any song that
Wait,
gets
you like it?
shoddy in a Christmas song, you get points for me.
I
Congratulations,
think
Justin.
Breath of Heaven is my that's my guilty
Also,
pleasure
there's a
Christmas
song called "Santa Tell Me" by Ariana Grande that I like. Guilty pleasure. That
You
one
want
is
to talk about some? Okay, so one that kind of hit total. You want to talk about total obscure? Like I only heard about this year. Crazy. Okay, so Harry Belafonte did a song. Mary, Boy, Child, Jesus, right? And so this, you're not even gonna believe this. This in 1978, a reggae funk band in Germany redid that song with a medley, and I hate medleys with the passion of 1,000 Suns. And I'm listening to this song for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this song. It's so crazy. It breaks every rule, and I like it. And my wife is going crazy because I play it about 10 times a day. And then they're so joyful. And I'm like, am I crazy? And I sent it to one of my coworkers here, and she was a former nun, and she's like, okay, this is really good, actually,
Gotta go hard.
ironically. So
That's
the name of the band is Boney M. 1978. You never heard this song, and it's like it kind of slaps, as the kids would say.
Ooh, Josh with the lingo.
I'm excited. I'm gonna listen to this later.
I know. I'm like
working.
putting it on my playlist right
I mean,
now.
it's I don't know what it is. I'm like a
Josh.
moth to a flame on this thing. I've listened to it 10 times a day. It's crazy
I wanted to bring this up to you.
because they're
in
so
research.
joyful about Jesus. I love it.
So the flip side of this then in research would be I found a song called "Daddy, Please Don't Get Drunk This Christmas"
Oh,
by
I remember
John
that.
Denver.
Bro, I remember that.
Oh,
song.
no,
my gosh.
That's so sad.
I was sad. It bummed me out. I had to listen to it and research like what?
Oh,
And-
that
But that's
doesn't.
too sad, Tom. You
Johnny
have like
Cash.
a scale.
Johnny
Sad
Cash
Christmas.
did a cover of it. Alan Jackson did a cover of it. It's a John Denver song. I was like, what? Like it bummed me out. I'll never listen to it again. I was like, I don't.
You know how to say that. It reminds me another one that wasn't selected for most overrated was, or could be overrated or could be worse. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, I had that
that's-
for worst.
It just seemed tired to me. But yeah, no, that's a terrible song.
Yeah, I also had. How
I mean,
are we
I
feeling
kind of
about
guilty pleasure like it, but
mommy kissing Santa Claus?
yes,
Michael Jackson's
totally
It took me
overrated.
an embarrassingly long time to realize that it was the dad in a Santa costume and that mom just wasn't making out with like the actual Santa Claus. I think
Was that last year you figured this out, Rosie? Last year?
I was embarrassingly old when I figured that out.
I didn't know that at all. This is new to me.
Oh, also, because I love to get Josh riled up. Strong thoughts on acapella, Josh. So, are you like a straight no chaser pentatonics kind of guy, or? Not really.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I've reached levels Josh doesn't even know what it is. Acapella is
No, I know what
singing
acapella is, but then what do you say, the penomatrix thing? I don't even know what that is.
pentatonics.
They're
What does
like-
that mean? What does that
like
mean?
a famous acapella group, like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the 2010s.
So
I
no.
mean, sometimes acapella is fine. Whatever. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, it just makes me think of like college acapella groups doing too much, like glee clubs. No, it's too much.
All I know is that when the
Pitch Perfect was
theater
sick,
kids
though.
who didn't get into the musical, they go form themselves a little glee club, and you're just like, nah, sorry.
Although
Sorry,
didn't-
Rosie, if you're
I
in a
think
glee club.
the national
I'm
anthem
not in a
at
glee
this
club.
year's Army Navy game was sang by the Navy Glee Club. Almost positive.
You know?
Okay, so like one thing will drive if my wife were here, she would say like Christmas songs that drive her crazy. Anything by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, she hates all that
It's the
synthesizer
best,
stuff.
dude.
And so like when that comes on the radio, we're driving the car. I always make sure to crank it up a little bit until she smacks me. I'm like, what? I thought you liked that. And I, play coy. She's like, I hate this. It drives me crazy. But
Carol the Bells.
there was a meme about it I saw last week. It drive me. It was so funny. It showed the guy from The Sopranos. He goes, "Ain't no way the whole orchestra is trans." That just cracked me up. Oh man.
Oh man, we're at this point of the podcast.
I think so.
You
Although-
didn't mention Carol of the Bells. What does everyone think
ding,
about
ding,
Carol
ding,
of the
ding,
Bells?
ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding, ding.
it's sick. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra version is awesome. And talk about simple pleasures. What's better than driving around, hot chocolate in hand, and someone took the insane amount of energy, effort, and time to make a light show at their residential home and then sync it up to the radio or whatever. So to be like
That's
Carol the Bells,
impressive,
like
yeah.
bum, 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 and it's just going, you're like,
Yeah,
that just really
that's
makes you
good.
proud to be
That is
American.
that's devotion. That is some serious
Yeah.
Christmas devotion.
Now, we had a lot of joy. We had a little fun. We're laughing about all this stuff. I would like to say, when we're talking about just in general, Christmas is so joyful because God actually obviously loved us, each of us, so much that he would actually give his own son to save us all. And he's a sacrifice. And of course, he was born to die, right, with
Right.
Easter. And that's always like looming, like Good Friday is always a part of this. And I can't help but think like, in the best story is always that kind of like whisper of sadness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're talking about stuff, it's not actually Blue Christmas that's really the better one. It's the Coventry Carol.
Yeah.
When
That's
when
the
you
top
hear
one
these
for me.
when you hear these these voices, and it's meant to be the sad lamentations and cries of the mothers whose children were slain because Herod was trying to kill the infant king. And so to me, like that song always gives me chills.
What song?
The Coventry Carol.
Can
Also
Erica,
called Lola Lule.
can you sing a little bit of that?
Well, yeah.
I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll check it out after.
Well, I mean, just you can Google it. I mean, it's all over YouTube. Like I think even Sting did a version. I haven't checked that one.
Yeah, the best
I mean, it's
I'll
a
find
big
the Sting
thing.
version.
It's the reason why it's so good is that it is beautiful and haunting at the same time.
Piercing. I love the version it's a group called Voces 8, so VOCES 8, number 8. It is the best version of that. I love it. It's haunting because we've all had Christmases where we're missing someone, where someone died this last year. And we want to remember the Holy Land, of course, during the Christmas season, which is obviously war-torn. The Christians there are persecuted. And so you have to have the little tinge of sadness. I think you're right, Josh. Like it makes it more real. It makes Christmas more than just this, myth about a baby and like we all have holly jolly times together. It's real. This really happened.
And so the church understands this, and which is why you think about during the days of Christmas, you've got the octave of Christmas, and can you even imagine something being more important than the birth of the Lord? No, of course not. But even in that, the church decides we're going to still celebrate certain things during each of these days. So St. John, the one that was there the whole time and never, ever turned his back, right? So we celebrate him. We celebrate St. Stephen, the first martyr. Like, the scripture, where like it's like an angelic voice. It just makes you like, oh, it's like amazing, right? And then the massacre, we celebrate, of course, the sadness. We celebrate that, the massacre of these innocent children on that day. And of course, anyone who loves the pro-life message, that speaks to it. The whole octave, all these days, and I think, what better way, right? You have celebrating Mary at the end of that in her glory as the Mother of God. The brain cannot fathom a title higher than that to be given to a member of creation. You can't think of anything more beautiful than that.
Mm-hmm. But the church is down on women, so I mean,
obviously,
right. Okay, let's give an opportunity to send off here. I'm going to ask, and including Rosie, Christmas albums that you enjoy, so full albums from an artist that you enjoy that maybe other people wouldn't know about or you specifically really like. I can start it off. I'll go, if no one has heard it, the Alabama Christmas album is delightful. If you're a fan of country music,
I love Alabama, and I've seen them in concert.
Christmas in Dixie, Christmas in Your Arms. They've done a couple. Good. It's delightful. Alabama Christmas, you like country music, and then also Cody Johnson has a great Christmas album as well. So for the country music fans, go check those ones out. It'll make you happy.
All right. Well, I'll go next. I mean, I could listen to Bing Crosby's Christmas album all day long. All day long. I love it. He's just the GOAT to me when it comes, and his voice, it's just like perfect. That's one I always love listening to. And my wife and I like to joke that another one who's really good at Christmas songs, he's sappy and he's schmaltzy, but it's kind of crazy. Even though he's not my best, I just love making this point that Neil Diamond, for a Jewish boy, can really sing Christmas songs.
Neil Diamond.
And then I can't help it. Like another one for schmaltz, I love Andy Williams. I mean, I love listening to his songs. I mean, he leaned into the fact that he was great for Christmas, and I love him. So
okay, Rosie.
My favorite. Okay. So some of you know, like I was in the convent for a little bit, and the convent I was with actually has a Christmas album, and it is my favorite.
We play it in the car during Advent. It's so great. The sisters are awesome.
Okay, share that with our Loop audience because it's so good.
Mother Eucharist.
Name drop. What is it? Where can they find it?
Were you on the album?
Yes.
I was not on the album, but my postulant mistress at the time, she is the lowest voice in the Carol of the Bells. So the last dong was my postulant mistress.
Wow, all right.
Shout out to Sister Liz Marie. She's amazing. So it's the Dominican Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Eucharist. If you look them up on Spotify, Apple, they're everywhere. If you Google it, it's on
fun
YouTube.
Songs. It's not all like chanting. It's like some fun songs. It's classics. It's a great album.
Yeah, and it's actually our chapel. The chapel of the sisters is designed acoustically. So it was all recorded in the chapel because the acoustics are so good. So
fun.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing, Rosie.
Yeah.
Erica, we saved the best for last.
Best for last.
With the most music taste, most music ability, Erica.
Yeah, this might go with guilty pleasures, so I don't know. Okay, well, my favorite Christmas album of all time, you can't get it anymore. It's not even on Spotify. So you can buy it for like $100 on Amazon, but it is The Bells of Dublin by the Chieftains.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that you just can't get it. And it's not like you can get snippets from it in certain songs, but it's one of the greatest of all time. It's so fun. Love that one. But for still available albums, one of my favorites is it's titled Bare Naked for the Holidays. And it's
Erica Joy Ahern.
It's so catchy. It's the Bare Naked Lady.
Oh, I love the Bare Naked Ladies.
No.
Okay,
that is
the
awesome.
Song on it is actually it's a mashup.
My wife will not believe that I'm not the one getting in trouble for saying something on the podcast.
It's the best. It's a mashup of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen and We Three Kings with Sarah McLachlan.
It's actually very good.
It's fun. And the whole album's fun. And so
even though Sarah McLachlan tried to sue us.
Oh, she did.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
did we use her song or something? Yeah, it must have been a copyright.
But
but anyway, that would be probably under guilty pleasures as well as favorite Christmas albums that are not religious. Rosie's being probably my favorite religious one. So
that was a good episode.
Great. This is a great episode. This was our attempt to spread a little bit of Christmas joy to you. I would just like to say, so we have the trust tree here, and we have a few editors that work on the show not present here, but this Christmas. I hope you're spending it with your family, but we are so grateful to everyone who listens to this show and makes it possible, especially our champions, people that support us monthly, and just anyone that takes the time to listen to us. It's Christmas is a time to really think about your life and what you're grateful for. And really, I mean, one of the things I'm most grateful for in my life is that I get to do the show with you guys, and then also get to connect with people who listen to this show. And I personally appreciate your support so much. I think I speak on behalf of all of us. We're so grateful for you. We hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season. And if you're, so this isn't live. We usually have our live viewers here who contribute in the chat. But if you have suggestions on any of this, leave them in the chat. Maybe some good albums, some low-key bangers. Go ahead and leave those in the chat. You can tell people that I won. If you, I'm not okay. I almost feel bad.
No,
I'm thankful for you. Real, like, just say that.
Okay, Tom. Okay, Watermelon Tom.
You can do that in the chat as well. But yeah, we're so grateful for you guys. So we'll be back. So obviously we're going to be not recording on Christmas the 25th, but we'll be back that Friday, the 27th, with a live episode for you guys. So we will see you guys there. But spend time with your family, soak it all in. Pray for us, St. Thomas More, St. Fidelis, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Pray for us. And we'll see you guys on Friday.
Woohoo.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.